We are leading up now with basically 3 weeks to go before we hit those Iowa caucuses and then get on that roller coaster moving forward. But we have in that 3 weeks some real tension inside Congress as we're getting the usual endgame negotiations and showdowns amplified to a different level. A part of this, of course, is over the payroll tax cut and how to pay for it. That also plays into the populism. And the fact that we've seen Republican leaders go from skepticism, if not outright hostility, to an extension of the payroll tax cut. We don't like temporary cuts. This is going to add to the deficits. Now has turned into, well, of course we want a payroll tax cut. It now becomes a question of how we pay for it. And trying to deflect attention away from what Obama has driven as, do you want to protect the rich or do you want to give a break to the middle class and the working class? That was resonating enough that you've seen this very substantial change in approach, in strategy. But now, of course, John Boehner was able to push through a payroll tax cut that includes a lot of elements that are unpalatable to Democrats and the president. And not only do you have the president saying he wouldn't accept it and he will veto it, but we now have this played out on a second part of the chessboard with Democrats not wanting the House Republicans having passed their bill to leave town for the recess and say take it or leave it, but by holding up an extension of the continuing resolution for the rest of the year. Another change in strategy, by the way, on the part of Republicans who before pushed for showdowns, potential shutdowns of parts of the government so that they could block the EPA from implementing its regulations, block the Affordable Care Act from moving forward, block Dodd-Frank. Now it's we don't want those battles. We want to basically pass a continuing resolution for the entire year, radically different from what we saw with 2011. But now Democrats saying we're not going to pass that through until we resolve the payroll tax issue. All of that could play out in unpredictable ways, in ways where, generally speaking, a president has the upper hand because the president has the bully pulpit. That goes back to Ronald Reagan and confrontations with Democrats in Congress that he always won whenever you had these showdowns. And will have some impact, perhaps, on populists out there as they approach Iowa.